Just recording started, sharing. Okay, is my screen now viewable to everyone? Hello?
Not sir, not sir.
Okay.
Yeah, visible.
Okay. So let's open the scenario. Okay. Now last time what we did, we have a one domain controller A, and we have a domain controller B. So whenever the domain controller A was crashed, we have totally transferred seized the role to the other domain controller. Now my question, what about that old domain controller that is still exists in the domain? If you not clear this junk DC, that means you have not cleared the instance, it will create a hell lot of problems. First of all, it will slow down your Active Directory performance. First. Second option is, it will create a replication error. Okay. Third, it will create a junk value, and next time the same server with same name, you cannot add them server into the new domain. The same domain. So metadata cleanup is the biggest options you have to do. Okay. So in these systems, what we need to do, metadata through NTDS util. Through NTDS util, we will connect Active Directory metadata. From there, we will select these systems and clean them part by part. First, we will select these systems. First, we will select the site. Then we select the domain. Then we select this computer object or domain controller. Then we will select the naming context. Then we will remove them from the entire forest. Clear? Okay. So for that only I need systems. So let's go to my lab and create this in. Because see, what kind of question can ask interviewer during this time of interview? They will ask you, see, I have one of the domain controller, and that domain controller was fully crashed, and I want to remove that domain controller from my forest. What is the steps you need to follow? They will first tell you what are the steps you need to do. Then you say the option is metadata cleanup. Perfect. What does it mean? What do you mean by the metadata cleanup? Metadata cleanup means that domain controller which was crashed, if you go to Active Directory dsa.msc, you will see that still that server present in AD. Okay. Now, proper way you have to clean them for Active Directory database, and that's the process is called the metadata cleanup. Before performing the metadata, what are the prerequisites to perform this? The prerequisite is you have to be the part of domain administrator and enterprise administrator high privileged groups. Okay. Next is you have to know the proper command. Okay, hold on one call. Yeah, hi Suril. Yeah, the class started. Please join. Very Saturday you forget. Always watch the group. Always watch the WhatsApp group. I have given message 40 minutes before so that you could be aware and make yourself comfortable. Please join too. So this is how we can clean up the metadata. Okay. So process is very difficult, and it's a purely combination of commands. If you miss any commands or something you do wrong, your entire forest will be choked and you will be the sole of responsible. General purpose, interviewer can ask you another question. He can ask you the question means, okay, if the domain controller clash, will you able to restore from Active Directory backup? Then you can say yes. that is also can possible. So after this topic, metadata cleanup, we will come to Active Directory backup module. But before that, you have to understood the metadata cleanup part. Okay. So for that only, I need two machines. Because see, why I am creating this practical from the scratch, so that everyone can visible that yes, this is the steps. Okay. Okay, so oh my god, sorry. What I did mistake, you know, actually wrongly I was selected server code. Instead of GUI. Hi Sunil. So I'm requesting everyone, please sync with the group actually, okay, because all the communication will send before the classes, so that you could aware and join on time, so that we could prevent the unwanted delay, okay, because everyone here is a working professional, so everyone have office and all those stuff. So please try to join the time I have mentioned, okay. So okay, Sunil, you have joined late. So again I'm covering what are the topic today. The topic is metadata cleanup. The last week we did a domain controller, whenever the domain controller, there is a two domain controller, primary and additional. Whenever the primary, or let's have that domain controller was crashed, which is holding the FSM roles, then how will you recover this role back on seize, ADFS seize, I mean role seizure, right? So after you seizure the roles, that the old domain controller which was crashed still exists in AD. Now, what are the challenges you will face if you not clean that faulty or crashed DC inside from your forest? Your Active Directory database will be slowed down. It will be create problem while the Active Directory replication will work. It will not allow to Active Directory replication because it will create the stale object, as well as it will be next time whenever you will promote the new domain controller with the same name, it won't allow because old instance still exists in the Active Directory. So how will you clean up? Through this metadata cleanup process. So in metadata cleanup process, what are the prerequisites? The prerequisite is the user who will perform this metadata will be the part of two high privilege group. One is enterprise admin and another one is domain admin. After that, he will perform the metadata cleanup through Active Directory entry.ds util command prompt. Okay. So this is very critical and complex steps. If you do anything wrong, your entire forest will be crashed. So first learn the mechanism and then perform accordingly. Anything you did mistakes, your entire forest will be finished. So here, what are the interviewer question can ask you question? They'll give you the question that if you have environment in domain controller, one of the domain controller is crashed, and you cannot restore it back from this crash or your backup. So what are the steps you need to do? Then what you need to do? Then option is you have to clean the metadata. How? Through this metadata cleanup process. Clear? For that only I need to domain controller DC1 and DC2. So that is why I am doing this server build. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Sunil, is that clear? Okay. Everyone, if
Yes, sir.
everyone, if you have any question, can ask me.
I had two questions actually.
Yes, please.
First question is how will come to know that it has been crashed completely and it cannot be restored?
Okay. Whenever any server crash, what you get response? Any server, whenever in the infrastructure, any server is crashed, how will you know that? First of all, your monitoring software will tell you that this server not response over ping, right? If you have monitoring enabled in your infrastructures, monitoring nothing but as a software. Through this, it will connect all this server through agent, and agent will send that keep alive packet, and this keep alive packet was received your monitoring, centralized monitoring, so that he will establish that this server alive. It's look like this. It's look like this. There is a every project, every team, there is a centralized monitoring team. In this monitoring team, they will monitor all these server, all these domain controller, everything, because all these servers they have monitoring agent installed, right? So monitoring server keep on send packet. This is called keep alive packet to this centralized server. Now whenever any server it's not sending it, that means after some time monitoring software will tell you that something went wrong with this particular server. Please check. Then one ticket will raise. If this is domain controller, that high priority ticket will come. If this is a critical server, high priority ticket will come. If it is a less critical, then a low priority ticket will come. It's called the CI, configuration item you defined in your monitoring tool. You have to define, while you configure the monitoring tool, you have to define that this server is very critical, this server is middle level critical, this server is less critical. Based on that, alerts will come. Now you have created a ticket assigned to your AD team or Windows team, they will check, they will try to ping the server, ping response is critical, they try to do the MSTSC, it's not working. Then what they do, if this is physical server, they will check the server from the background console. If this is a physical server, then physical server having background remote infrastructure tool, it's called ILO. Okay, it's called ILO, or it's called, if it is a Dell, then it's called the DRAC. So it's a basically background infrastructure tool. Even your server is shut down, you can make the power on from this ILO or DRAC tool. Okay, so Windows team will check if this server, physical server, he will find out that vendor, either it is HP or either it is Dell. So based on that, he will power on the server and check what happened. Okay, not power on, he will check that server console and find out what happened. Now if he found that okay, OS is crashed, like NTLD are missing, or no operating system found, or no storage device found, then what happened? Then he will try to recover this server from system state backup. Active Directory will have a backup called system state backup. We will learn here. We'll learn. From this backup, he will try to restore. If the restore not works or something went wrong, then what need to do? He need to clean these systems from his Active Directory database. So this process called this metadata cleanup. Clear? Is that clear, Gopal?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. Just learn more on this server monitoring, how this monitoring infrastructure working, because this is all about, they are asking question. What do you mean by the infrastructure monitoring, how it works, because many monitoring tools available in market, HP OVO, NNM, okay, network node monitor, it's called, Solar Beams or Tivoli Service Manager, many tools are available. Just learn this
So
knowledge.
what about the cloud? Like,
Sorry?
What about cloud services like AWS or?
Yeah, they definitely have that monitoring tool. Na? In cloud, we also have the, in Azure, if you say the Azure, there is a option called log analytics. Through the log analytics, you can monitor the cloud servers. Even through log analytics, you can configure that message will come in your mobile or mail will come in your mailbox. Let's say in cloud, in general, you are not supposed to be monitoring through this on-premises. You can do it. If you have a connectivity with your cloud, your on-premises server, you can configure it. In case if you are not supposed to do it, then Azure having their feature called log analytics. Through this log analytics, you can add all the servers and network devices what you have created. Even you can create the threshold. Okay, so all those stuffs you can do. This is a very good question. What about the cloud instance? Good. Who has asked question this? Who asked that question? Sorry?
I asked that because I want to know about cloud.
Your voice is very low. I am not able to hear you.
Can you hear me now? Is
Yeah,
it better?
yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, I was saying because I believe cloud is the future, and that is why I was curious because I went to Naukri and some different sites, and I see that they are asking for people for cloud mostly.
Yeah, definitely. Cloud is always be the feature. Without cloud, you cannot. No one can allow you to go inside that. If you do not have the cloud knowledge, you can't. This look like this. I'm telling you, in cloud segment and Windows segment, how they are looking like this combination. If you find out a Naukri, there is a two kind of job pattern. First job pattern, they will want that Active Directory, second one is Azure Active Directory, Teams and Intune some cases, or Office 365. This is a one segment and purely interrelated. Another segment they want Windows Server, VMware and Azure administrations. Clear? So fortunately, unfortunately, this course is covered all together. You got my point? Sorry, I'm wrong. This was comes different things. So this part is different. Teams, Intune and Office 365 is different. So this is all together come in the server technology. Clear? This is actually come people, they need mailing solution, mailing technology. This is called mailing technologies. This is called, just understand the concept part, okay? IAM technologies, identity access management technology, and this is called server and cloud technology. So in my current working scope, all three I provide support: mailing, IAM, server, all three. So I am not telling you to, pressurize all three. Either you can prepare yourself this part, or you can prepare yourself for this part. I am telling you this path. That means this section, Wintel admin section, is very critical. Critical means they are very loaded. Always server you need to patch, their administrative tasks, their all those stuff, say share permission. You have to manage VMware servers, patching, VMware server upgrade, as well as Azure storage part, Azure network part, Azure VM machines, and this is it's very cream part. Any organization, when have they started, first which they need to configure? They first need to configure Active Directory. Next is Azure Active Directory. Third is Office 365. Fourth is Teams and Intunes. Then is Windows Server, VMware and Azure administration. This is the core part of your IT infrastructure. So guys, if you know about these technologies, I can say you every organization, let's say it's IT, non-IT, hotel, automobile, clinical, healthcare, everywhere they will tell you, they will call you for the opening. So learn this part. If you think that I only learn cloud, because cloud is the feature, definitely cloud is the feature, but none of the infrastructure it's standing on cloud. It's not possible. That is why Azure AD Connect comes into the middle of the picture. That means this is your on-premises and this is your cloud. In middle of that there is an options called AAD Connect, Azure AD Connect. It will be sync your on-premises data to cloud as well as cloud data to on-premises. So without cloud, without Windows Server, on-premises technologies, cloud cannot be done, because directory structure in cloud, directory structure in on-premises is the different things. User computer cannot work only in cloud identity. Machine cannot work on cloud identity. They have to need a on-premises AD. You got my point? If you do not know how to create Microsoft cluster in on-premises, forget about cloud clustering. So both you need to learn. Nowadays, earlier days people, they will provide you the course like Wintel admin. Wintel admin, what they need? Windows Server, VMware, Hyper-V, that's it. they need Active Directory, only Active Directory. That means on Active Directory, ADDS, ADCS, DNS, that part. But nowadays, everything is integrated with cloud. So you have to know on-premises as well as cloud. Clear? Okay, so establish the connection between always run this spread.
I also had one question, if you don't mind.
Yes, ask me question.
You said that we can identify if the server is crashed. So what are the main scenarios in which it happens? It's only because of load balancing. Load is very high. It happens because of that, or there are some different scenarios where it could happen.
So for your information, nowadays this kind of things, it's totally invalid. It is not yet right now, because whenever you have installed 2012, so 2012 onwards these problems totally go out. That means earlier days, 2008, 2003, OS was crashed without any reason. Operating system was crashed without reason. But nowadays, Microsoft developed many parts, so operating system 2012, 2016, 2019 will not crash intentionally until and unless your hardware is failure. So the main concern is hardware failure. Like your hard disk is crashed, like your memory device is crashed. Let's say you get a boot skin error. Okay. So this kind of hardware initiated problems. In general, OS initiated problems, it's no longer works. It's all rectified by Microsoft. Clear?
Yes.
Nowadays you even not, if you are not sure you are working in Windows Server or not, but you will not receive any single complaint that, that OS was crashed due to some bugs happen. No. Every month after month, Microsoft doing patching. They are more complex in the infrastructure. Even your OS become more smooth, because you are not supposed to installing this pirated copy, right? You are installing original operating systems through these volume license keys and all, KMS, key management servers. So there is no question about this OS crash until and unless your hardware is failing. But you have to prepare yourself in every situation. Whenever being an Active Directory you are working, any moment can problem come. Any moment you have to prepare yourself that way. Like few days back, one of my plant sector in Pune, they called me that, sir, I have a AD server was crashed, and then we cannot do anything. So then what they told? I told them that okay, fine, you can raise the tickets. We will do the metadata cleanup, and then we will promote the new domain controller. So first we try to log in the server with the IP address and all. They are not able to do it. Then we perform the metadata cleanup, and then we re-promote the domain controller and perform the stuffs. Clear? As I told, you have to delete this part because this is no longer required. Next is I need to put the IP address. You can use this IP address as a DNS or as you wish, because this domain controller will be first domain controller that you are going to be promote. It will be itself a DNS server, so this cannot be work. But second machine should have keep this the first machine IP address. That should be very important. Okay, bring this in your mind while you do the practicals. So next is what I have to change the so from there I will be directly jump to forest. Okay, add new forest. This is the first one I am going to create. So my domain name is bt.com. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so after close, it will be go off, sign off, and then we'll start. Before, see, whenever your first domain controller was promoted, that means your forest created, domain created. Now next time you will do for additional domain controller promotions. So before you do, always keep remember that machine need to be joined into the domain. After then you will create new domain or just create existing domain controller or something, whatever you need to do. But before that you have to add the machine into the domain. Clear?
One more question I had.
Yes, please ask.
Yeah. So you're saying that whenever there is some problem with the machine, domain controller, we will try to first check if we can recover it.
Yes.
Okay. And if that doesn't work, then we will do metadata cleanup.
Yeah.
So my question is because anyways, if we do metadata cleanup, all the data will be erased, I guess, right?
No. That's why your concept is matter. Why I am telling you ask question. Your question is clearly tell you that your concept was your concept was not clear. Now let's open that picture. What I told, this is one domain controller. They have a database. This is one domain controller. They have a database, right? So in between two database, you have to sync each other. Now whenever this domain controller is crashed, how come data will be erased? This domain controller is crashed means your entire forest is crashed. How? Another domain controller exists now that also have the same database. This database is not centralized. Misunderstood. The database of Active Directory is not decentralized, it's a distributed. How many domain controller you have, I will show you here right now. Every domain controller have the Active Directory read-only database. So if one domain controller, let's say you have created certain users here, no? You have created certain users here, whatever, any group added, domain, all will be replicated to all the domain controllers. Let's say you have another domain controller join into the here. Same domain controller have a same different another database. This will also sync with the same one. The same thing will be copy here, copy here, copy here. Now, if this was crashed, so what happened? Crash is crashed, no problem. Then I will restore this domain controller from system state backup. After restore this backup, if still failed, not able to perform or permanently hardware damage, but this server instance, it's called instance, still presents. That means this instance still presents in Active Directory database. You have to clean this instance. Otherwise, next time when you have to reconfigure the same domain controller with the same name, you will not be able to add this domain controller into your Active Directory. They will say you that old server still exists. Yeah. Even if you are not cleaned well, if there is a replication between these two servers, will create an error. Replication will not possible because the stale object is still exist. Clear or not? Clear or not?
Yes, yes.
Yes. It's just like a dead body still alive in your home. If you not do this funeral, will your home environment will be ever suitable? No. So it's look like this. The dead body have to be burned out or have to be cleaned from your house. Okay. This is just for the example. Okay. So this machine is done. So let's as I told you, the first domain, whenever it is promote, then you need to open dsa.msc, create users, this is called OU. Okay, because I am showing you to create user in user view, that doesn't mean enterprise always you have to create user in user view. No. Before you create user, they will tell you which OU you have to create. Their request will be mentioned. Okay, but don't worry. Let's say I'll do my name is set. Now C will be the part of IP Village Group, Enterprise, and Domain Admin. Apply. Okay. Now this machine, I will join this machine into the domain. Same things you have to do. This is a local administrator. You got my point? This administrator, because this machine still not yet joined into the domain, so this administrator is called the local administrator. After you promote this machine to the domain controller, this local administrator will be promoted to inbuilt domain administrator. You got my point? My each and every information is very informative. Okay, so don't be scared. While you watch the video, each and every information have to maintain in the workbooks and check with Google, or you can call me, whatever your possibilities. Next, as I told, go to the ncpa.cpl, provide the IP address. Sorry, 10 is my domain controller IP address, so it will be 11. But this time, DNS is mandatory, or else this machine will not be able to join into the domain. Last day I told you this is importance. Okay. Next, what is the machine? Have to check the IP address, or still APIP are there. Perfect. Now I try to ping bt.com. It's replying. Perfect. So now what I need to do, I will go to the properties. Now sit. The machine is part of domain. Okay guys, so who asked question that cloud is very important nowadays? Definitely cloud is important. Now without cloud, how will you, without on-premises AD, how will you join this machine to the domain? Tell me. Will you able to join this machine to the domain? No. So your Active Directory data structure is required. Clear? Cloud is important as well as on-premises. Both this knowledge is very important. Without this two, you will not be able to promote. Now see, it is joined the domain. BT was my domain name. Save. Okay, now what I need to do, machine is approximately okay, then I will go to add roles and features, next, Active Directory services. Okay, now see, live is very easy. It is already cached the bt.com. We will just select the first option, add domain controller to an existing domain. Fine. Okay, this password what we are giving na DSRM, it is required whenever we restore the Active Directory from backup. It's called Directory Service Restore mode. Okay.
What happens when we do restore?
Sorry?
What happens when we do restore?
Definitely, first complete this part. Okay, so first understand the not possible. So definitely 90% chances we can restore it from backup. But if not done, then definitely that I am doing first. Then after that, what is the next option? I will show you. Okay, don't worry. Each and everything I have mentioned in that PDF, all will be covered here. Okay. Okay. Now both has done successfully. So let's log in any of the domain controller. Okay, now you'll go and check. How will you check? Okay, who can tell me how will I check that which roles on available on which DC? Sorry?
FSMO, like
What is the command? Exact command I'm asking.
Next DOM fully.
Sorry? Who can tell?
NetDOM, Ori, FSMO.
Good, very good. This will ask question, brother. Please take it carefully. This will interview will ask you the question. It's a basic question. NetDOM, query, FSMO. Perfect. Fine. So now what happened if this DC01 was crashed? Just power off. Just simple power off. Then what is the options? What is the techniques I have to record this role? Who can tell? What are the techniques I am recover the role? Ceasing. Yes. Role ceasing. Perfect. So for that only, what I need to do, the primary steps, what I need to do, reg svr32 space schmmgmt dot dll. schmmgmt dot. Okay, just a minute, forget the command. Rate SVR32 SCH. That's something, nah? What's with the problem? Okay. So actually just now this machine was promoted, right? And it is don't have time to replicate. You got my point? This machine have don't time to replicate, so we have to give some time to replicate all those processes. So as this machine was promoted and I power off, so it might not be proper information not available, so give some time. Generally, whenever we have promoted the domain controller in the infrastructure, we keep them idle at least one day. After that, we will do the post configuration. You got my point? Because until and unless two domain controllers sync data volume equals to calculated data is equal to 1, then it's not tell you that the both domain controller having same volume of active directory data. Yes, done successfully. Okay, so power off. Now next is what? We will seize the role. Open NTDS util. Then as I told help. Then as I told roles. Then again as I told help. And connections. Help. Connect to server DC01. Sorry, DC02. Because roles already available in DC01. Binding. What is the name of the servers? DC-0002. I was wrong. DC-02. Okay, it's done. Connected DC02 using credential of locally logged on. Then I am going to quit. Then again put the help. Right? Now what I need to do, I will seize. Seize. First I will do schema master. Insufficient access rights. Okay. Just a second. It's telling that the seed don't have access, but seed have entirely access. As I told you, because of it is taking time to replicate. Okay, give them 10 minutes time to replication all those stuffs, or else it will create a lot of problem. do one thing. I will first forcefully transfer this role to these machines, and then I will seize that role. Okay. So because it will take enormous time to replicate all those stuffs. So what I need to do, I will transfer from DC01 to DC02. From DC02, okay, from DC02, I will again seize the role from DC01, and then I will remove DC02, and then I perform metadata cleanup. Yes, YouTube. Now, roles, have connections, roles. Sorry, how connect to DC02. Okay. It will be showing the problem because I was giving the bad name. Done. Quit. Tab. Then transfer schema master. Then transfer infrastructure master. Then transfer naming master. Then transfer PDC. Then transfer RID master. Then transfer schema master. Done. All has been done. Perfect. Okay. So let's open another notepad, another CMD, and open netdom query fsmo. All in DC02. Okay, one more schema master is not there, so I will transfer it to schema master. Before that, I have to run this schema admin as well, or else it will not allow me. Reg SBR32 space schmmgmt.dll. Done. Perfect. So now what I need to do, I will transfer the schema master role. Now schema master role has been transferred. If I check that, I can see that still it is 1. Why? This is 0 1. Why it is done? Oh, it's telling insufficient access. Why? Who can tell me why this error happened? Who can tell me why this error happened? If you tell me that problems, then I will can confirm you, yes, here we are learning. This is saying insufficient access right. Now tell me why this error occurred. Gloria? Sunil?
I think no enterprise permissions.
Isn't it? Let's see. See, it is a part of domain enterprise. Now what's missing here? Gloria?
Schema admin.
Yes. Who answered this question?
Gopal.
Sorry?
Gopal.
Perfect, Gopal. Good. This should be the part of schema admins. You got my point? Now here, after doing this, it will not work. You can run this, but again you will have the same problem. Then what is the options? The option is, forget about, close this part. Close this part. Then you have to log off. And log in. Okay. Now here I am doing one things. Okay. So as I have all role transferred to DC02, and that was not possible because the replication was not working. I have transferred all the rows to DC02. You got my point? Now what I need to do, I will seize the role, only one role from this particular machine, and then I will power up this particular machine. You got my point? My intention was what? My intention is, I am telling you. Understood carefully. This is DC01. Okay. And this is at DC02. Now my intention, all the 5 roles I have to seize, and then I will remove from this market. Fine. But the problem was what happened, that this was jointly newly domain controller and it was not synced properly. That is the reason we face the many problem. Got my point? Now 5 roles, what I say, the 5 roles I already transferred. 4 roles I already transferred to that machines. Fine. 1 role here. One role here, 1 role here, and 1 role here. Now the main role is schema master, which is still lying there. What I need to do? Now what I need to do? I will forcefully perform schema master seize. I will perform the seizure, this schema. It's look like that I will seizure all those roles. You got my point? It's look like I will seizure all those roles, but that was not happen because this was newly domain controller. But in your infrastructure, it was not happen because there's a many domain controllers happen, it will be replication hall. But somehow one domain controller is crashed and you need to perform the schema master role. Now what I need, I have transferred all this role to the new machine. This role was pending. I will seize this role from this machine and then I will show you how I can remove or clean this machine from this forest. Clear? Is that clear?
Yes.
Again I am telling you, my intention was to transfer or seizure all the role from this particular machine to this particular machine, then I will clean these machines. But problem was where the problem happened, because this is newly promoted domain controller and we do not have give them sufficient time to replicate the Active Directory database. That is why what I have done, I have manually run all this, transfer all these roles to here. In general, what happened? In general, you have to do the seizure. But in this scenario, I just manually transfer this role because the domain controller was, recently built. That is why this is an exception. But in general cases, you have to seize all those roles. Now, only one specific roles which is still lying there, I will seize that roles and then I will do that decommissions, or I will clear all those substances. Okay.
So now can you switch off the system and then seizure? Is it possible?
Yes. So that is why I spent that much of time. You got my point?
Okay.
So that this machine was sync each other. Clear? You have to give some time now, because we have just promoted that domain controller and go for synchronization. It is not taking, at least give it 10-15 minutes. Okay. Now what I need to do, I will use that machine's power off. Then what I need to do, I will just logged off, as I have joined this machine to schema admin groups, and then again I am telling you, those who have not understand what I have done, please ask question. Don't think that the roles can be moved this way. No, you have to seize all these roles. You got my point? You have to seize all this role to your newly built DC, and whenever this machine was crashed, but this time, this scenario, this machine was newly built, and don't sync the AD database between these two domain controllers. That is why I have bring them power on and transfer the domain roles to that particular DC02. Now I am only showing you schema admin seizure role, but every cases you have to seize all 5 roles. Clear? Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now same things you need to do. First you have to run netdom query fsmo. Only one role is remain. Okay. Then what I need to do? ntds util. One more single command. Then, as I told, have then roles have perfect, then quit, right? Then again go to help and cease your schema master role. Yes, I am showing here 5 1, but you have to do the all 5 like last day. Okay, let's see. CMD net DOM query FSMO. So the last day practical was also revised and today practical. Till now we already did on last day. After that, now today I am going to show you how to do the metadata cleanup. Clear? Now all it's on DC02. Now my DC01 server is crashed, but I am showing you dsa.msc, the server existing domain controller. DC01 is there. Okay. Now I am going to show you DNS mgmt.msc. You will see that what are these properties, select your zone, name server. You will see that DC01 was there. Next is I will show you its Active Directory, site and subnet. Okay, every cases you will see that DC01 was still there. So from everywhere we will delete these machines. Now you can say, okay, why you are going to metadata cleanup? You can directly right click and delete. If you delete, you can delete, but it will not be work as you expected. It will show you error. Okay, it will show you error. So in that case, what I need to do? Nothing. We'll do the metadata cleanup. Prerequisites I already told you: enterprise admin and domain admin. Okay. In that case, what I need to do? NTDS. Now I am doing metadata cleanup. Anyone want to say something? Anyone want to say something? Fine. So NTDS util. Same thing I will do. This time I am doing metadata cleanup. Caesar, role Caesar done. You have seized and recover all your role from faulty domain controller, that is DC01. Now you are doing cleaning process through metadata. Again I am telling you, if you still have any doubt, ask me, question ask me. So here what you need to do, go NTDS util Okay, showing access denied. No matters. PowerShell, make it PowerShell, okay? It will be very feasible actually. NTDS util. Perfect. Got it. Next is same time have. Then this time there is an options called metadata cleanup. Clean up object of decommissioned server. Clear? Metadata cleanup is the cleanup object of decommissioned server. So here click on enter. Okay. Okay, fine. Again put the command have. Again you need to connect the connections. Connection is very mandatory. Okay. So in this connection, it's very mandatory. You have to connect your correct servers. So same things you have to do, and again put the command how. Connect to server. Which server? DC 02. Connected. Okay. Then quit. Put the command have. Okay. Now here remove selected domain, remove selected naming context, remove. But before that, how will you, which domain you have to select, which domain you have, which site you have to select? For that only you have to go select operation target. Select site, server, domain, rows and naming context. For that only you have to select these options. Go on there, put the command have. Okay. So next is what? Next, first you need to select. First is to list domain. Okay. First you have to see the which domain is available, right? Found one domain is bt.com. So here you have to select what domain extension, that is 0. Okay. Once you have done, then it's showing no current site, domain selected, no current server, no current naming context. So next is what? I have to select site. So list of domain in site. No active site. Achha. List of server in site. No site. Then final one, list sites. Okay, he found one site was there. Perfect. Then what I need to do? Select site. And extension is 0 as I show you here. Then what is saying? It's saying site found, domain found, but no current server. So then here what I need to do? I will do list server in sites. Right? Here very careful everyone. Here once you run this command, you will say there is a 2 server. Now 0 is your DC01 and 1 is your DC02. So instead of DC01, if you select wrong server, so instead of promotion you will be finish your jobs. Okay, be careful while doing this. So here what I need to do? Who can tell which one I have to select? Which one I have to select?
0.
0. Good. So select server. Select server 0. Now he's saying select domain. Okay. Site found, domain found, server found. Okay. But no current naming context. So here you can do check list naming context like rest of you did. So here list domain, list naming context. So first one is configuration, AD configuration. This will clean this object from AD configuration, from domain database, from schema partition, from domain partition, from forest partition. You got my point? So select. Now this time what you need to do is select naming context 0 to 4. All you need to select. Select naming context 0. Then select naming context 1. Then you select naming context 2. Now select naming context 3. Select naming context 4. Clear? From there what you need to do, all setting has been done successfully. Again I am telling you, now you can see that DC02 is available. After that, once I do the refresh, this will be removed from here, and manually you have to delete from site and DNS. Clear? Perfect. So I am going to quit. And then I'll put the command help. Now next is what? Remove selected domain, remove selected server, remove selected server, remove selected server. So here first one is remove selected domain, remove selected naming context, remove selected server. So I will do that, remove selected server. Now see, are you sure you want to remove the server object DC01? Once you click yes, it will be permanently damaged or clean up this server from Active Directory database. Now if you go there and run this refresh, you will see that DC01 was gone. Clear? Now you need to do manually, you need to do the furinal, all those stuffs like from subnets, default sites, from default sites, servers, DC01 you will not find there. In DC02 you will find that these settings, but this was deleted from there. Just delete there. Just delete there. Fine. After that go to this, DNSMGMT.msc. From there select forward lookup zone, BT, right click properties, name server, and remove this servers. Is that clear? Our metadata cleaning part has been done. So this is purely L3 level activity. Again I am telling you, purely L3 level activity. Any doubt? Ask me question.
You did like 1, 2, 3, 4. I did not understand that part. What was that about?
That part was what? See, that part 1, 2, 3, 4 means it's a naming context. Just see that. That was I first selected site, then domain, then server. In naming context, it's a 4 type. So every time I have to select. First one select for configuration part. Second one I select for domain part. Third one I select for schema part. Fourth one I select for domain DNS zone part, and fourth I will do it for forest DNS zone part. That is why 1, 2, 3, 4. Clear? Is that clear? I will showing you the mechanism. Mechanism what? It will be after that. It will be more easier to understand the mechanism. The domain mechanism is, first of all, this is your faulty server. So what you need to do in metadata cleanup, you have to identify the server based on this. It's called connection. In connection, you have to show your correct server. Okay, that all my roles will be connected on connections. Whenever you will do command 1, this will connect this server only. Command will connect for this server only. Fine. Then what I need to do, I'll enter in the metadata context, metadata options. After you insert the metadata options, the metadata, how they know which location the server was there. So metadata have to check the site, which site you are telling. I mean, first you need to check the domain, which domain I will to perform that. So you have seen them, the domain is bt.com. You have identified them bt.com. These are steps 2. This is the step 2. Okay, let me show you that. Step 2, what you think? You have identified, you identify metadata, that select the domain bt.com. Step 3, what? You tell that your servers was located on site. So you identify site. Third is what? Step 3. Step 4, what you are doing? You tell them which faulty server you want to clean up. Which faulty server you want to clean up. Next is naming context. That means in Active Directory entire database this server is exist. From which naming context you have to clean this part. Then once I select step 5, once I select naming context, basically it is also divided in list of 5 subcategories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again I have to send the metadata clean from the Active Directory partition, schema partition, domain DNS zone, forest DNS zone, and database as well. So after that you finally run the command remove and the server was being recycled. Clear your doubts or not? It's clear your doubts or not?
Yes.
Clear? This is very, very critical practicals. So first in practical, how you do that? Your next practical module, you first create one domain controller, number 1. Second is create additional domain controller, number 2. After that you give some time, let's say 15 minutes or 20 minutes, you have to give them back. During this time you can do your another jobs. After 20-30 minutes you come back, or 20 minutes let's say you come back. Then what you need to do, you power on your power off DC1, and before power off you have to make a users, and these users must be the part of domain admin, enterprise admin, and schema admin. Next is logged in new another DC with the same user, right? After that the primary server should be power off. Once you power off, then you directly go to these entity as util. Then you know the Caesar how to do that. You perform this. After Caesar completely done, then what you need to do? You perform metadata cleanup. Clear or not? Is that clear or not?
Yes.
Everyone in the same page? Is everyone in the same page? I'm asking everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So just next week you will execute this, because if I show you database restoration, active data restoration practical, none of the practical you can execute, because these are two different model. Next week we will learn how to restore these faulty domain controller from Active Directory backup. Clear? How we can restore Active Directory from Active Directory backup. So this is our new topic that we'll do on next week. If you have any question, any kind of question, ask me. I will give you answer, because this is very critical things, very combination of command you need to understand, then only you will be able to perform it.
I had actually two questions.
Yes.
First, that see, right now you have selected both the domains on the same IP, like it's like 10.10.10.10 and 10.10.10.11. What if one domain controller is in like one country, another one is in different country? So in that case, how will that work? Like, will there be any changes?
So in that case, that is why I'm telling everyone, apply your concept. That's why I told you now that router comes into the picture. That's why I show you the router part. To forget, my brother, forget.
I remember that. That's the reason I'm asking. Because actually I did one practical.
Okay. So for your information, what happened I'm telling you. Let's say your one of the office is on UK. This is your UK office, and this is your Chennai office. Now definitely UK also have your domain controller. Let's say 2 domain controller, 3 domain controller there, and let's say in Chennai there is a 3 domain controller there. How replication is going on, right? For this purpose, in enterprise model, this office, your UK office, have the connection of their ISP. Let's say they have connected British Telecom or British Telecom Internet, and from here your US office, they have purchased a Geo networks, right? This is a Geo network. Now from this destination to this destination, you have to establish routing. That will do by your network team. This is not your jobs. Your network team will do this ISP level routing. With the help of your ISP, they will establish the route between UK and India. Then only this server will talk to this server via Active Directory replication. Clear? And not only this, after this connectivity established, you have to create Active Directory site and subnet, so that your Active Directory replication will be work on smooth journey. Understood? This also in your practical. Don't worry. This is also in your practical, but I cannot bring the line from ISP, but I will show you in router and Active Directory site and subnet. That is also included in your practicals.
One question. For example, one domain controller, which is not the main domain controller, has gone faulty. In that case, we can directly discard that, right? And
yes. In that case, as I told now, let's say there is a 3 domain controller in this side. This is this 3 domain controller on side, but roles are only available in the primary domain controller. Let's say this server. Now this server. Now what happened if this domain controller crashed? What happened? Initially you do not face any problem, because all the other domain controllers are working, but roles are available on this particular domain controller. In that case, what you need to do? You have to transfer this role. You have to transfer this role from this particular domain controller to other working any of the domain controller. Once role has been transferred, then this domain controller is the primary domain controller, because it's holding role. Now what you need to do? You have to do the clean up proper way so that this server was permanently removed from your database. And again, you will promote the same server with same name, but before that you have to perform metadata cleanup. Clear or not? Is that clear or not?
Yes, yes.
Clear, everyone? Everyone in the same page? If you have any doubt, please ask question. Everyone, I am requesting. Any doubt, anything in your mind, just ask question. If you are not asking question, then I am assuming that you guys are having good knowledge. Good. Then in that case, I am happy.
I am sorry, I have more questions.
Yes, please.
So I actually tried to club two different, training in one.
Sorry.
I mean, say I tried to club two practicals in one, and what I did is that I first created a virtual machine. On that, I created what do you call site. Okay? As you had mentioned that this is my server, so I created like that, and then I did network teaming as well.
Okay.
Okay. So instead of creating one network teaming for 4 NIC card, I created two separate network teaming. Okay. Like two card I created one network teaming, and two card I created one network teaming, and then I tried to access by using another system. But I was not able to do that. But when I switched off the network,
Stop.
Yeah.
What kind of question you are asking? I am asking today practical.
Oh, today practical? No, I'm fine.
If you have any separate question, you can ping me and separately or call me separately. I will clear you down. But if you are telling this question here, I am 100% sure it will be create so many confusion. Other people will be confused.
Okay.
So whatever I am asking, you have a doubts on this practical today topic, ask me question. Because after create practical, after discuss everything, 5 minutes I am giving to everyone. Just digest it, and if you have any problem, then let me know. But if you ask a different question here, everyone will be confused. So do not do that. If you have a doubt, different topic, you can ask me one-to-one question or call me. That is the difference.
Yes, regarding today, yes, one last question I have is that just assume for a second that somebody, not you, somebody, not me actually, somebody else has not transferred all the roles and by mistake has done the metadata cleanup. In that case, what will happen?
Okay. So, how many parts of the human, like heart, brain, kidney, liver, eyes, legs, hands? So, whenever you are, whenever a baby born, let's say the baby born with, is this possible? The baby born with heart, without heart, or a baby born without heads, or baby born without, legs? Is this possible?
Without legs, yes, there are some instances.
That is a different thing. Legs is not this. I'm confused. But without heart, without kidney, without brain, is this possible?
No.
Then the same thing you will ask, my dear.
So that will again, you're saying that will again crash, right?
Yes, if you forget to seize that role and you did the metadata cleanup, during the time of metadata cleanup, metadata also be very clever than you. He will again search if anything rules is there on that particular server or not. Let's say you forget to seizure the role and you directly go for metadata cleanup. So before the metadata remove the servers, they will check that all roles are permanently moved on this particular server or not. If not, then we'll again start the seizing. Then it will finally demove. Because without role, your Active Directory cannot work.
So you're saying that we get some kind of pop-up like, the roles has not been transferred. All the roles have not been transferred, right?
Not like that. As I'm telling you now, whether you did just see that whenever this part, let's say, whenever the metadata is cleaning up the process, no, metadata is cleaning up the process. During this cleaning up process, he will scan where my 5 roles are there, because Microsoft developed this program that way. Okay, Microsoft also think, okay, if the person does not seize that role, then what will happen? They directly run that metadata cleanup and all 5 roles are gone. Then before remove the server, the metadata also check that where my 5 rows are presently now. If he find that okay, it's on safest place, then only he will remove that server. You got my point?
Yes, yes, I got. Yeah.
But this is not the recommended process. This is not the recommended process. You have to seize the role, then only you will go to perform metadata cleanup. Or in case anything wrong, so your Active Directory database permanently damaged, your enterprise will give you a big reward. Clear?
Yes, yes.
Anyone have any question?
Whatever you draw a diagram on the last one, so just go to that.
Sorry, I'm not clear. What you are saying?
Whatever that there is a drawing you actually shown to us, so just go to that.
Sorry, sir. Your voice is very breaking. I'm not able to hear you. And background noise is there.
Sorry. This is now it's clear. The last two in the paint, have you drawing something, right? Just go to that.
Okay. This one.
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
So you just put green color. No, so just can you just tell me about that? I think just repeat once again. Just green color.
Yeah, actually, there's a asked question by Gopal. Gopal was telling that if you have an office in UK and if you have an office in Kolkata, then how that Active Directory connection will create. Then I tell them that your Kolkata office will have their ISP. Let's say he purchased the ISP connection from Reliance or Airtel or Vodafone or Tata, and your UK office also connected line from either on Huawei or British Telecom or Orange Telecom. After that, there between a connection, it's called the ISP level routing. Okay, ISP level routing, that will be done by your network administrator with the help of your ISP team. They will add open port, something, whatever they do, their headache. That is not your headache. They will create a route between, establish a route between two offices. After that, you have to configure Active Directory sites and services. If you not configure the Active Directory sites and services, then Active Directory database synchronization will not work properly. Let's say any of the user you have created in UK and you are expecting within a minute it will be available in Kolkata. No, it will take maybe 1 hour, maybe 3 hours, maybe 4 hours, maybe 1 day. Why? Because you have not configured the replication policy.
Yes, yes.
That I also added you in the practical, don't worry. That is I'm telling you now, that go through that PDF that I have given you, course content, everything is mentioned there, what we will learn in this entire course. Because this course, after this, learn this course, you will be positioned, you can apply for enterprise architect level. That much of knowledge will provide you in this entire course. Now it's up to you, till end, will you continue or not? Everyone I'm telling you, it's up to you, till end it will be there or not. In middle of that you will be released, then it's up to your loss.
Yes.
It's a totally real time, because this is a basic component level discussing we are going on. Even after this Active Directory course, before we jump into the cloud, we will do the real time basis problem shooting, like what we are receiving day-to-day tickets, how we are doing the day-to-day jobs. This will also create 4 to 5 sessions. Then we'll jump to the next chapter, next topic. Clear? That is why I told them everyone to give your practice. If you are not practice it, your concept will never ever create. It is 100% proven method. Only watching this class, attend class and watching the video will not help. 3 things you need to do. Take medicines like classes, then insert the medicines, watching video, and the final one is obey the restrictions. What not to eat, what should eat, what the restriction. That means your practice. If you follow these 3 prescriptions, then you will be always fit for this employment. Anything you're missing, then it's up to your risk. I hope everything's enjoy the classes, and this class is very helpful, and I'm expecting one by one will come here in next week and do your practicals. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me anytime. You can ask me question over the WhatsApp or in the one-to-one call, anything. Okay guys, goodbye everyone. Stay safe, use mask. Goodbye.
Thank you.
I'm sending the video and sharing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm uploading the video and sending you that link soon.
Okay.